Hey folks, how you doing? Greg is back. Okay, so we've done 2 assignments. I won't spend much time on this, but if you haven't done anything at all, then obviously you're cruising towards failing. I don't know what to say about that, but you should email me if you have a problem. And I don't know who's taking it for letter grade and who's taking it pass fail yet. So obviously you got to bring stuff in on time and do it all. Okay? And you have my email if you've got an issue. In the meantime, I want to talk just for a couple minutes about a word that is so useful to us. And it's kind of a word that gets a bad rap. It kind of has a bad reputation, but we're going to dust it off. We're going to make it alive again. It's called farce. And Modern Family is, among other things, farce. Just as is Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt and Veep and Two and a Half Men and Frasier and Will and Grace and the Goldbergs, which was the first sitcom which aired like in the mid-50s, early mid-50s. And pretty much all of them are farce, whether it's All in the Family or what have you. Pretty much all comedy movies, if they have, whether they're, whether they star, I'm trying to think of comedy stars, and it's slipping my mind. Whether they star Will Ferrell or Chris Rock or whoever it might be, they're all basically farces on one level or another. So don't think of farce as some dusty old play from 500 years ago. Think of it as a strategy for producing laughs, and it is not in opposition to, exclusive of, or in any way against drama. It's an extension of drama. It's really just another type of drama that is tweaked to make folks laugh and to bring humor. Okay? Now, I'll give you a good working definition of farce for class purposes because we are eventually going to be writing scenes not long from now. That's why if you're behind, I want you to finish up all the diagramming so we can move ahead and write scenes. Otherwise, I'll be leaving you behind. You don't want that. Okay, so farce is when characters in a dramatic presentation take their goals, their needs, and desires very seriously. They want them very much. And so because they want them very much, they try very hard to get the things they want. Now, they could want to be in love with another person. They could want to be married to another person or divorced from another person or get a date from another person or get a kiss. They could want to steal a diamond brooch. They could want to do something despicable and terrible. Dr. Strangelove is certainly a farce on many levels. But the characters in farces, just like in a drama, because a farce is also a drama, want things very badly. Okay, so the stakes are up. We've talked about stakes and escalation, that you escalate the stakes. They want those things so badly that they will do anything to get them. And what makes farce work is that the obstacles get bigger and higher and more dangerous and scarier or more embarrassing or sillier for us. So if you think of, making some sort of circus animal jump through a flaming hoop, and you raise the hoop, and first it's not on fire, now it's on fire, now there's 3 hoops. You make the things that they want harder to get, and you make more obstacles in the way. And when they try harder, these characters, especially our protagonists, when they try harder to get them, we laugh because they do funny things to get them. Things that, for us as outsiders watching them on a screen, make us laugh. So when we start to write our scenes and I say escalate, raise the tension, raise the stakes, what I'm saying is make it harder to get. If Alex is trying to, I'm talking about Modern Family, romance the boy of her dreams, find 5 different reasons in ascending order of difficulty for her that he would say no to her, or he would be unavailable to her, or impossible for her to get a date with, or a moment with, or time on the phone with. Increase the obstacles so we'll laugh as Alex tries harder and harder and harder to get what she deeply wants. The things that people want can be varied. They can strike us as small as long as they're important to that character. Okay? And The obstacles have just got to increase in difficulty, or they can increase in embarrassment. I mean, a lot of those romantic comedies that surround marriage and weddings, etc., often have, embarrassment is the worst thing that can happen. But if they take it really seriously, if someone takes their wedding day really seriously, the kind of embarrassment that might come along with stumbling on the red car, stumbling in front of the preacher and the bride might be a huge humiliation for our groom or whoever's getting married, and be a big deal. And if it's a big deal for them, if it makes them sweat, it can make us laugh. So that's my definition of farce. Trying to put it in a practical way for you. When we talk more about Modern Family, we're going to recognize the farce, and we're going to recognize how the farce is and the drama are basically the same thing. You're just cranking up the drama in a funny way. Now, I can't always define what's funny for you, and you may not be able to define it for me if you find something funny and I don't. There's an X element there, but I can help you strategize as writers to set yourself up to make things funny. Even if you and I disagree on what's funny in a particular movie or TV show, it's about giving you strategies and tactics and skills that you can use to be funny on the page. Because to succeed as a comedy screenwriter, and especially as a sitcom writer, you've got to be funny on the page. That means, we'll do this soon. You can look at a Modern Family script. Very often there's 5, 6 jokes per page. That could be 5, 6 jokes per minute, potential laugh moments per minute. Sometimes it might just be 3 or 4. On a bad sitcom, there might only be 1. But we will mark up pages to see, so that you get used to looking at where the laugh lines are, where the funny jokes are, and how many of them there are. Modern Family is a very professionally written show. These are the top level $1 million writers writing it. And they are snapping those jokes like a whip. They may not be perfect jokes for you personally. You may not even be in the generation or the demographic that finds them funny. But you need to recognize where they are, understand what they are, so you can use that skill, the skills they're using, for yourself, not just on Modern Family, because by the time you get a chance to be a comedy screenwriter, that show will be long gone. But we're using it as an example. You take these skills to whatever you're working on in the future. If you have questions about this little 7.5-minute lecture, please email me at depaulg@newschool.edu. Okay? I'll be putting up a new assignment within about 24 hours, and I'll be looking at the assignments that you handed me, and we'll be having more discussions and as the days go on. And soon we will get to writing. Okay, thank you so much.